Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I want to do a little comparison between some of the popular Chanel handbags. So I will do a comparison between the classic, the Coco Handle, the Boy Chanel, and the Chanel 19. As you all know, these bags are some of the classic from Chanel, and one of them is not a classic, but it is a very popular bag from Chanel. I will show you the bag, the mod shot, we'll talk about the prices. Maybe I'll also go into the history of the prices. So if you are looking to get your next Chanel bag, I hope that you find this video helpful. And without further ado, let's get started. Just to put things in perspective, the original classic flap, the 255 that was created by Coco Chanel in 1955, it was sold for $220. The 255 is a little bit different than the current classic flaps. The Chanel classic flap didn't get introduced until 1983 by Karl Lagerfeld. And this is the Chanel classic flap in the size medium. I think the size medium in the classic flap is one of the most popular size, and follow the size medium would be the small. So the differences between the classic flap and the 255 are the turn lock. This one has the double CC clasp, and it also has the interwoven shoulder chain. This bag was released in 1983, so exactly 50 years ago. When this was first released, it cost $1,000. Fast forward to today, 2023, this bag costs $10,200. So the price has gone up 10 times over the last 50 years. I'm gonna put the price chart on the screen just so we have some kind of reference. So we're not gonna go into every single year, but in 1990, it costs $1,150. In 2005, it cost $1,655. 2009, it cost $2,695. And in 2009 was when I bought my first classic flap. I got it in the jumbo single flap. And I did remember it was around $2,600. $2,600 in 2009, it was a lot of money. I think I had to save for a little while until I can buy the first Chanel bag. So that was in 2009. And every single year after that, it has jumped up a lot. The price was rapidly increasing since 2009. I think all the way until 2012, it was already $4,400. 2017, it was already in the $5,000, $5,300. 2018, it was $5,600, and that was when I bought this red classic flap. But I got it on my trip to Italy, so I think I paid $4,800. And I think this was my second classic flap. So I got my first classic flap in 2009, and I didn't buy this one until like 9 years later, because I think back then I just bought one classic flap, and I thought that just to have one classic flap was enough. Had I known that the price was gonna keep increasing and that I love this bag so much, I would have bought more classic flaps. In 2021, the medium cost $8,800, and that was when I added 2 more classic flap, but I got it in the small size. So I got this one, and I got the small black lambskin, and I think the black lambskin, I got it for $5,500, and the caviar, I got it a few days later when they just had the price increase, and it was like $6,300. But that was because I got them in Paris. So again, I was able to save a couple $1,000s for the both of them. Today in 2023, the small size costs $9,600, and the medium size costs $10,200. So yeah, the price has gone up a lot. And I think to compare, I'm gonna show you both of them side by side, so you can see the sizing. This is the small and this is the medium, and this is what it looks like next to each other. And as you can see, the medium is a tad taller and just a tiny bit bigger. It's that much wider. I think if you go with the jumbo or the maxi, where you can see that the difference in the sizes are more substantial, but between the small and the medium, they are not that big of a difference. So both of these sizes will work on anyone's frame. and the price difference is not that huge either. It's about $600 difference, so it's not that big of a difference, I guess. If you're gonna spend that much money to get the classic flaps, get the one that you really love. I personally love either of the size. The small size is so cute. You can wear this out during the day, but it's a great evening bag. Whereas the medium gives you a little bit more space. But this can also work as an evening bag because it's not that big. And I think when it comes to Chanel, like, I don't think anyone has to be convinced to get the classic flap. It's really whether or not you want to spend full price to get a brand new one in the store, or you can spend less and get pre-loved. But ultimately, I don't think any other Chanel bags can be compared to the classic flaps. The next bag that we're gonna compare is the Coco Handle. And this one in specific is in the size small. The Coco Handle was first introduced in 2017. So this used to be the smallest and they call it the mini. And when they introduced the extra mini, then they call this one small. So now we have the extra mini, the small, medium, and the large. The silhouette for the Coco Handle is very different compared to that of the classic flap. So I think the height are about the same between the small classic flap and the Coco Handle small. The Coco Handle looks a little bit wider than the classic flap. It does have 2 compartments. The length of the bag is about the same. The key difference would be the silhouette. Also, the Coco Handle has the handle and a single strap. Even though the Coco Handle silhouette is very different than the classic Chanel, it still inherits a lot of the mark that Chanel would consider a classic aesthetic. It has the quilting, the caviar leather, it has the double CC clasp, it has the interwoven shoulder chain. When it comes to the aesthetic of this bag, I think it fits really well into the classic category. However, Chanel does not consider this as part of their permanent collection. It is considered a seasonal bag. But ever since the launch of this bag in 2017, I think they have been making this bag almost every season. But the price also has gone up a lot. So in 2017, when it first launched, the price for the mini size was $3,700. In 2021, it cost $4,600. And in 2022, it cost $5,100. And today in 2023, this same bag costs $5,900. So almost $6,000. So it did go up a lot, but compared to the classic flap, it still reflects a very substantial difference in the prices of the 2 bags. Is this bag gonna be around forever? I don't know the answer to that. So we can't really guarantee that this bag is gonna be in production forever because it's not considered one of the classics. So we're never gonna know what the future holds for this bag. Just because how classy and how elegant it looks, I think it's something that I'm always gonna be enjoying using. I don't think I'll ever get bored of this bag. So whether or not Chanel keeps it in their collection in the future, we don't know, but I know for sure that this is something that I'm always gonna keep in my collection. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is at the bottom of the Coco Handle, it has the 4 feet, whereas obviously the classic flap doesn't. And the next bag is the Boy Chanel. The Boy Chanel first released in 2011 by Karl Lagerfeld. And it was named after Coco Chanel first love, Boy Capel. So that's why it has the name Boy Chanel. Everything is a little bit more structured, a little bit more masculine with the thick chain. When it first came out, it has won the heart of many fans. And I love this bag. I think it is just very cool and very edgy. The inside has just 1 single flap with 1 compartment and a slip pocket right here. So there is no hidden pocket. It's a lot more sleek and clean compared to the classic flap. And another difference is that the material on the inside is canvas versus where the classic flap is full leather inside out. The Coco Handle is also a full leather bag. In the black version, it has the burgundy leather interior. So the Boy Chanel bag is best known for its Lego brick lock, the chunky chain strap, and the boxy silhouette. It can be worn either on the shoulder or a crossbody. And this is in the size old medium. It does come with different sizes and fabrication. The Boy Chanel is part of the permanent collection from Chanel. When it first released in 2011, it cost $3,200. Since then, it also has gone up in prices, just like all the other bags. And today in 2023, this exact bag costs $6,600. So it has doubled the price since 2011. So not so bad compared to obviously the classic flap, but you know, it has gone up a lot too. I have another Boy Chanel, which is like a dusty pink, and that one I got it before this, and that one costs $4,700, and I think it was in 2015, 2016. I think I got this one in 2017. It was 4,000 something. For sure it was cheaper than the price at that time in the US because I got this one in Paris. But in 2018, this bag was already 5,200, and then in 2021 it was retail for 5,600. So it went up just $400 in the span of 3 years. They are known to have crazy price increases, so for them to increase the price on this one for like $400 in the span of 3 years is actually pretty good. But currently this bag costs $6,600. So I could imagine in the next 5 years, it probably will go up to close to $10,000. The classic flaps and the reissues are already at $10,000. But for all the other bags that are like considered their permanent collection, all the popular ones, they will reach $10,000 easily in the next 5 years. That's just my forecasting because right now, most of them are already at $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. So if you have Chanel bags, hold on to them. Or if you want to start collecting Chanel, if you want to buy any bags, make sure it's something that you love, but the longer we wait, the higher the prices are gonna be. This bag used to be so popular, but in the recent years, the popularity of this bag has kind of died down a little bit, but regardless, it is still considered one of the classic from Chanel. I personally still love this bag, and it's really easy, grab and go. And it is somewhat easier to use compared to the classic flap because it only has a single flap. So you just open the flap and everything is right there. So you don't have the double flap. I think the double flap is kind of cumbersome to me. I wish they bring the single flap back. They used to make the classic flap and the single flap, which I do have one in the jumbo size. I like that better because I think it's just less cumbersome. And whenever I go into the bag, there's like this second flap right here that is just kind of in the way. They don't make the single flap anymore. I hope that they one day will bring it back because I do kind of miss the single flap. The next and last bag that we're going to compare is the Chanel 19. Just a bit of a history about this bag. This bag was created by Karl Lagerfeld, and it is a way to commemorate his life and his legacy as Chanel creative director. And the Chanel 19 is named in memory of the day that he passed away, which was February 19, 2019. So this bag was Karl's last creation. I think this bag is really unique and it has such a special meaning behind it. Moreover, the Chanel 19 incorporates many of the house codes, including the double CC turn lock, the iconic interwoven shoulder chain, the diamond quilting, and it also has all of the house 4 hardwares, which is silver, gold, aged gold, and ruthenium. The oversized diamond quilts give it a little bit more fresh and modern feel compared to the classic quilting on the classic flap. This bag takes on both femininity and masculinity. All of the aesthetic on the bag is a little bit more feminine. It takes after the classic flap, but with the chunky strap and shoulder chain, it kind of take the inspiration from the Boy Chanel, which just has more masculine touch to it. This creation takes after the classic flap and the Boy Chanel, so it's kind of in between. And it is also a permanent collection from Chanel. And I think because of how special this bag is and the story behind it, I don't think they will ever remove this from their permanent collection. So they do make these in different fabrication as well, but the majority of them are made in lambskin. So I have 2 of the Chanel 19 and both of them are in lambskin. I have no issues with the lambskin, to be honest. They are a lot more carefree than people make them out to be. This one, very soft to the touch, buttery soft. It doesn't have the rigid structure like the Boy Chanel or the classic flaps. It is a lot more soft and like pillowy. And the back has the pocket. which is very generous. The interior lining is also in canvas, just like the Boy Chanel. But it does have the zipper compartment. The Boy Chanel doesn't. Oh, I still have my little tag here. So this one was from the 21A collection. This is the regular size, also known as the small. It comes in 3 different sizes: the small, the large, and the maxi. So in 2019, this bag cost $4,600. In 2021, it cost $5,100. And currently this bag costs $6,400. So almost as much as the Boy Chanel. So the Boy Chanel is $6,600 and this is $6,400. So they are pretty much neck to neck when it comes to their prices.
Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. I'm glad to be alive, cause I don't wanna waste my time, no. I'm young and dumb and hopeless, right? But I'm bound to turn out alright, yeah. The city's really not my vibe now, so I'm moving out my parents' house, yeah. To go and live another life where my dreams don't lay down and die. I'll hang out with the folks on screen. I'll be chilling in a pot of gold. You should bet your money on me, cause I'm never ever coming home. I'll fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom.
You can call 1,000 times, but I'm not picking up tonight, cause I'm a bit too busy serving all the smiles, having me a real good time. With a drink full of bubbles, it slipped out from my health. Holy shit, I just stumbled. Still I'm feeling myself.
Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom.
I think they're all similar but very different, so it depends on the kind of look that you want to go for. Obviously, classic flap, it's the most classic bags that you can get from Chanel. It's a forever piece. It's never going to go out of style, so that's something to consider. But let's say if you already have a couple classic flaps and you want to get some other bags, I think the Coco Handle is a great bag. Like all of these bags, I have them for good reasons. I had to really like them to buy them in the first place. The Coco Handle, I only have this one, but the Boy Chanel, I had 2 of them. The Chanel 19, I have 2 of them. It wasn't because I don't like the Coco Handle enough to have more than one. It's just that I barely got this one. I think the Coco Handle, it's something that I definitely would want to add more to my collection later on whenever I can. I really love this bag. It's so cute and it's so classy, very elegant, similar structure to the Kelly, but it is very different than the Kelly. So in my opinion, I think you can't really go wrong with getting any of these bags. It really comes down to your personal preferences and your personal style. But I love every single one of these bags. These are some of the bags that I definitely would recommend to anyone. Because we are comparing like 4 or 5 different bags. This is not a review. I just want to compare the bags, the size, size, how it looks, the mug shot, and the prices. So I hope that you find this video helpful. And if you do, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And also click on the bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye now.